You know how there's that picture of us at Great America coming down in that log?
Yeah.
That has to be the last time we went on vacation, huh? Because what's a vacation? What do you think a vacation is?
You're saying as a family?
Yeah. Like, well, first, what's a vacation? What do you consider? Because, like, you know how if you go somewhere and spend the night somewhere out of the city,
No, vacation's out of state
so it has to be out of state.
for me, I would say.
Okay, so when's the last time we took a vacation
As a family? Damn, it's been a long ass time.
Like,
I can't think of it.
Like the last time out of state, you said?
Because we've been places out of state, but as a family, I can't. I don't think it's happened since
never.
Yeah, because I don't know. It's been a long time.
Well, when we were real little, I remember going to Arizona to visit my dad's sister and her family. And that was out of state, and we were there for a few days. But do you consider that a vacation? It seems like vacation means you're out chilling, like out by the beach or some shit like that.
I don't think a vacation is when you go see your family members.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the only time I remember.
That vacation is like being someplace new, experiencing something new, especially like a new place, new food, stuff like that, new culture. That's a vacation, especially if you go out of country. But like, even if you go to certain states, there's certain states in the U.S. that I'm pretty sure should look like another place.
They look hella tight. Like when we experienced Chicago for the first time, I'm like, damn, we're missing out.
I know.
Everything seems so crisp. And I'm like, what the big ass fucking buildings, the river. You're like, what the hell?
Yeah, and Ann Arbor, huh? Ann Arbor is a big city, huh? And it seems like every time we hear about it, I hear about it, it makes me think like Ann Arbor has money. But when I drive through Ann Arbor, it doesn't look like it got money. Like it looks like a lot of broken down houses. I mean, it's not Detroit, nothing like that, but you could tell like it doesn't seem like it's nice ass houses everywhere.
Ann Arbor every time I heard Ann Arbor, I would think like suburb.
Yeah, the reason why I think that is because supposedly all the best schools are over there, the best hospitals, the best like doctor reputations, bullshit like that. I don't know. That you can get everything. Everybody points to Ann Arbor, so you would think, oh shit, Ann Arbor is wealthy, and maybe it is wealthy, but it doesn't show in the houses you see. And Ann Arbor, what's the capital of Michigan?
Lansing, I think.
Is Lansing? I was thinking Detroit.
No, I think it's Lansing. Look it up just to be sure. I'm pretty sure, like, that's hella. I mean, that's crazy that we live here for like forever and we don't know. But we don't go outside.
Yeah, it's Lansing. Lansing? Is it normal for the capital to have the most money? Or is it like the capital is a hit or miss? Like, can the capital be a poor poverty spot?
I mean, you would think Lansing has money, but Lansing, like, what the fuck is there? Like, there's really ain't shit there.
Not that I can think of.
There ain't shit there. When we went to,
oh yeah, there's nothing there.
Where did we go? Were you with us?
No, I don't think.
No, it was me, my dad, and my mom went to little bit past Lansing. And we're looking for Mexican spots, and there is Mexican spots, but not like the food at the Mexican food. All the food that was there that I was looking up didn't look like it was. Like I was expecting, I had way more higher expectations, and I'm like, fucking Troy is better.
Yeah,
I don't understand like how what. And
Troy looks like a nicer city.
Yeah, it does.
Especially compared to Lansing. Lansing seems hella dull. Like there's nothing there.
Yeah, but and it's the freaking capital.
Yeah.
So I don't understand that either. Like, but then you look at San Francisco. No, Sacramento. What's the capital of California?
I don't know. I don't really know the capitals of a lot of states. I don't know that shit.
I think it's Sacramento.
Yeah. It's Sacramento.
And Sacramento, I don't remember seeing it that like crazy either.
Well, I haven't been there in a long ass time to like remember it. Well, it's been a long ass time.
I do remember. What was that city that was close to Stockton that everybody went to? Galt?
Lodi?
Lodi? Yeah, Lodi. Maybe no, maybe where everybody moved out to.
I think it was Lodi.
Yeah, seemed like down that way. Seemed like nicer houses. Everything was getting built.
Yeah, remember when we went to Bakersfield? Bakersfield seemed like a nice place.
That's where we stopped at the gas station.
Well, we stopped at gas stations everywhere.
Well, Bakersfield, I remember we had stopped at a gas station.
That's when we were house shopping. Remember when we were going to two-story houses and shit for the first time?
I don't remember.
And we were thinking like mom was looking for a new house in Bakersfield.
Don't remember.
I just remember we have pictures of it.
Of the house?
Yeah, of the house we were looking at.
Well, I just remember us freaking, it was a 2-story house. We were walking through it. It was fully furnished. And it's basically you pick the house and you pick the lot and then they put it there.
Yeah,
right?
like at that time going through that house though, like I didn't like as a kid you don't really put nothing together, but it was a big ass upgrade if we would have done it come from what we had. It was a nice house.
I know, but I don't.
I still remember. I remember the kids walking home from school, and I think they had uniforms.
Yeah, and they were walking through the gas station.
Yeah. We were parked at the gas station across the street. They had uniforms on. And uniforms, like only certain schools do that nowadays, right?
I don't know. You think uniforms means wealth? Like equals wealth, like better neighborhood, whatever?
I don't know. It might equal like credibility, like the school's reputation.
Higher standard?
Yeah. You would think so, right?
Wow.
Well, when you see like everybody have the same thing, do you think that's like a restriction? Like a bad one?
I mean, you would think that it would be for appearance, I think people wearing uniforms in a elementary school, it seems more higher class. Like they're trying to aim for higher class. They want their kids to be dressed a certain way if you're coming here. So it thinks that they're aiming for a certain standard. That
Do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing?
I think it depends on how well the kids are being taught. Like if they have so if for some reason a dress code somehow affects or improves kids' ability to be taught.
Well, do you think like that would help like when it comes to bullying? Because if everybody's wearing the same thing,
it probably does help. I just think that the only thing that's tight about uniforms, you don't got to worry about what the fuck you got to wear. It's just like one less thing. You know how at school you're like, okay, what am I going to put on today in the morning, whatever.
Yeah, but I think people like would rather like not wear uniforms than wear it, because I think that's like expressing yourself in a way.
But it's too much work.
Yeah, for you. But I'm saying like for the most people, like if you gave them a choice, they would probably want like to wear what they want. But like what would be like all the uniforms suck though, huh?
Yeah, more than likely. None of them that are tight, I guess.
Not that I see.
Yeah, nah.
But you would think that nowadays they would have more restrictions because these kids now who are 13 and 14, these girls are dressing like they're 25, 30. They don't seem like, and I've seen pictures when you compare a 13-year-old from like 10 years ago, 15 years ago to now, and it's crazy. And like, even like where you see kids at school, the way they're dressing, it's like, how is this allowed? Yeah.
I know. They would, I remember growing up, they were big on no skin. Like you can't show skin for girls. Nothing too short, not showing too much chest. And now I don't give a fuck what you want, wear what you want.
Oh, yes.
And I it's all social media. I think that's all to blame. I think girls are always I think they're being affected by what others think of them, and that fucking caused this. So now I've been seeing people talking, like little clips on TikTok and shit of people talking on those online chatting places like Omegle or whatever.
Yeah.
and they'd be like, wait, how old are you? To the girls.
Oh yeah.
And you look at them, they look like they're for sure in their 20s. And they'd be like 16. And then dude's like, oh, they fucking skip something.
Yeah, some people get caught up like that because they think they're with somebody who's 20-something because they said they're 20-something. And then that's why there's certain people nowadays that be like, nah, show me ID. Some real shit. Show me ID.
You got to now.
It makes sense.
Yeah, you have to. Because this shit will ruin you.
But it seems like, I don't know, I see a lot of people are into dating teenagers. Like grown man.
Why?
And I'm saying like 18, 19. I'm not talking about like below that. But like you hear these people, these rich people say they'll get with a 19-year-old. And like, to me, that's like, or 18-year-old. And it's like, to me, that's too young. She just turned legal according to the thing. And they're like, let's roll. They're like, let's get it going. And it makes me question, okay, if the legal age limit was 16 or 15, would you be down with that too? Because I think 18 is too young. Especially as like somebody in their late 20s.
Oh, but what if 18
or 30s or 40s? I think it has to be like, I mean, everybody can do what they want, I guess, but it just seems like a 40-year-old man with an 18-year-old. It's not a good look.
It doesn't look good on the male, huh?
I mean, I think other people's will make it look good because they're like, he's a 40-year-old man, look at what he got. So I think it does look good from that side, from the world side, but from the moral compass side. When you look at it, you're like, that's still a kid. Like, and I never liked that, the younger ones, because I always think like, because she's so younger than me, people are going to say that I'm taking advantage of her or I'm trying to manipulate her, or because somehow I got aged more like a 10 years. If it's 18, I got 10 years on that person. They will say, I don't like that. That's why it's like, you can't, nah, you're a kid to me. That's happened to me. Remember at that dance?
Oh,
remember?
Yeah.
I heard 18 and I was like, oh, hell no. Bang, you know? I just shook the hand, peace out. Because that's not like, to me, that's not into that. It
is weird though.
I'm not into that at all.
It is weird. It's because, I think the older you get, the kids, like you see the people in their teens, just little kids still. Like you just still see them as little kids, even though some of them, even if they're 18, they're still look hella little. Like they're still hella little. There's no attraction. They're so little.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
And I feel like you're still gonna be doing little kid shit, dumb shit, right?
Yeah.
So I don't understand how these people, and they be bragging about that shit too. So that's what I don't understand.
You're not gonna change them, though.
No, I'm not saying
there's no changing them. Like those motherfuckers are itching, ready, searching on this hunt. Binoculars out.
Next year, huh? Next year you turn 18.
They'd be like, "How old are you? 17." And they put a tracker on their ass.
Hey. I'll meet you next year.
Yeah. When's your birthday? I got you.
Yeah, because that's like that's something I just don't understand. And for sure, people dig that shit. People fuck with it. I don't fuck with it.
You remember? I remember in high school there was a teacher that I think got fired for sleeping with some of her students. You don't remember that?
No.
I remember like two of the kids we can talk to or whatever, and then I remember they were gone for a while and then they came back. But I think the teacher went to prison.
I think that happens like every couple of years or something.
It doesn't.
In high school, there was a teacher at our high school who I don't think she was doing anything, but she was overly touchy. She was super nice though. It would seem like with everybody. I don't remember her name, but I remember like she was super nice and she would grab your shoulder and shit like that.
She'd grab your ass. No, I don't. It just seems a little bit. It seems a lot less worse
when it's a girl doing it to a guy.
Yeah.
But that's sexist, right?
Yeah, but I think that's just real. It's just worse. It's worse when you have.
Okay, so do you think that a woman should face
less?
Yeah.
Probably.
Think so?
Yeah.
Think people?
Yeah, because it's
It's weird how we think that.
because look, the weight.
It's like you would never think that, like, if a man got raped by a woman, like, the reality of that is not a lot of people would take that dude serious, even though he's like, I got raped. Like, what are you talking about, huh?
It's because it's a lot more weight when.
I think it's because we think about it as a way of like, that girl couldn't be that ugly.
No, I think about it being forceful. Like the male can overpower a woman, right? And the woman is the one that's stuck carrying the baby. So if it's reversed, and the woman's doing the raping, like how she's the one that's taking the risk of carrying the baby.
Like,
so it's less penalizing.
Not if they protect it.
Yeah, I know, but then it's whatever though.
And she's taking the shit that's
yeah, I know, but I'm just I know, but that's
take.
why it's not that bad because all the pressure's on her.
No, but it's still forceful. Like,
it's still forceful.
They say like, even if a man is stronger than a woman, but he doesn't use that strength because out of fear, right? He's scared. Like he don't know what the fuck to do, right? He's just not built like that.
No, it's because how you gonna do that? Like how? I mean, I guess she can drug you. She can't drug you because I'm like that.
No drugging. You're talking about like.
Then you got to be into it. Then you have to be into it.
No, what if he's just scared?
You're scared, and then you can rock hard, but you're scared. Like you have to be into it. There's no other way.
Now, what if she gives you something?
That's what I'm saying. She drugs you, okay, then whatever. Then just like you're a man, just toughen up, shut up, and then we'll just go. Just be like, okay, just move out of state, and then she will never see you again.
You don't have to be into it. She could be using shit on you.
That's what I'm saying. As she drugged you, like if she put some
non drugs, real shit like that. Boom. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, what if
that's real rape?
Yeah, but
now if a girl does that to a guy, if you just boom boom like that, that's what I'm saying. But a man, hell no, hell no. Like even if it's like on some shit, like that's unforgivable shit. Like nah, doesn't matter. Like even if it was your girlfriend that did some shit like that. Say you were sleeping and your girl just got curious and went wang right there. Hell no, I'd be hella mad. Hella mad.
Oh, okay. I didn't know what the fuck you were talking about.
I'm talking about she getting that thing.
Yeah, I know. But I was trying to
ass.
I know, and I didn't know that. I thought you were talking about some other shit.
I'm saying if you were sleeping,
yeah,
girl, that's enough.
Okay,
that's enough.
When you were saying forgivable, I'm like, what are you talking about? What is he talking about? What's unforgivable?
Yeah, that's an unforgivable act.
I didn't know you were doing like she was penetrating you, like whatever.
Damn,
whatever.
Well, I was trying to not say so explicit.
Yeah, okay.
That's why I said the wham wham.
Okay, now
that's an unforgivable thing.
Something like that, yeah, you had to kill her.
I don't know about that, but that's an unforgivable thing. Like that's a no zone. Yeah, I can't do that.
Then that would be considered rape. Then
that's what I'm saying. So if a girl did that,
then it would go back to being.
That's like full penalty.
It's not as bad still because it's not.
You never thought about that.
Because it's not real.
You never. It doesn't matter.
It's not a male. Like if there's not.
It doesn't matter.
Is it worse? Yes, it is. It's hella worse.
It is worse as if.
That's what I'm saying.
But you're saying it as it's like. It is way worse.
It is way worse.
That's a no-go zone.
It's not as bad though.
That's a one way.
It's still bad.
That doesn't.
But it's not as bad as it being she got a real dude and then. Now, okay, that's crazy.
Yeah, but at that point, it still doesn't matter. You've gone so far off the edge that you don't measure no more.
No,
that's what I'm saying.
It's still worse.
We don't measure no more.
Oh, I measure.
Yeah, that's worse. But I'm saying we passed the point already.
Yeah, you have to murder her.
Nah, I don't know about murder, but
well, I don't know. If she's doing that to you and you're sleeping, I don't know. That's.
There's arguments I've seen online where there was a girl like what is it called? There was a video of a dude and a girl arguing, and when they were arguing, they were fighting, and the girl brought that up. That's what you like when I do that to you, huh? And he's like, thought you said you wouldn't say that. You promised me you wouldn't say that shit out loud and shit. And I'm like, you never do something that like, you never do something like that ever. if you do that, you're on the other team. Like I don't know how that works. You can't, even if it's by a woman, you're on the other team. There's no disguising it. Nothing goes in there. Nothing. Like, no.
And that is hella weird. That's hella weird. But you never do anything with anyone that you will never want it, like let's say murder. You never do it with anyone that you know. I mean, I don't even know if you'd want to include anyone, but
Nah, that's a solo job.
But just to freaking,
and that's like when you do shit like that. When you do shit that involves serious crime, which you shouldn't do, right? But if for some weird reason you were gonna do it, some crazy shit happened, you keep that shit to yourself. Like if I went out and did some real shit on a mission, on some real shit, Stockton shit, I would come home and I wouldn't even tell you. If it's that real, you know, because then it's
there's
like
no need.
When it's that serious, nobody knows but me, and I can't hold my sister to the same standard as me, you know. So when it comes, if the police come knocking, nobody knows shit but me. And it's like, I don't even have to think of like, yeah, that's my sister. It don't matter. Like, she don't know nothing. Even if the cop, for whatever reason, even if they had a magical device like the lie detector test, which I don't think they really use that shit, huh?
I mean, I'm not sure how effective it is or if they can use it in
But
court.
even if they did, I don't think they can use it in court. But even if they did, you wouldn't know because they never told you. And that's the way to handle shit if you're going to handle shit.
I think that seems like the best way to have the best chance to be able to get away with it. You had to do it by yourself and not say shit to nobody. And any person that you see that you come across on that VR shit, you're gonna have to unload on them. You seen the VR clips of people pulling up?
Oh yeah, them graphic ones.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's one guy behind it. I'm not sure.
You're talking about like there's certain ones where like they're like real street for some reason, and it's like I think those are mods that people are using on like Grand Theft Auto and.
No, it's not Grand Theft Auto though. It's on some other shit. It's like VR.
No, I know, but you can mod Grand Theft Auto for that.
Well, it doesn't have Grand Theft Auto graphics or characters or nothing. But you pull up on it, dude pulls up on a car and then like has some gangster shit going on, and then he pull up on like 3 dudes and spray them, and then hop out and then pull like a AK out the trunk and then walk up to him. Like it makes sure this dude for sure makes sure on each fucking person, and then jumps back in the car and then drives away. And I'm like, at first when I seen that, it looked real. Like you forget, it looked like a movie. Like it looked. I was surprised at how good everything, like fluid wise, everything seemed good. Because he was moving the steering wheel, he's popping the trunk, and I'm like, and not until he grabbed the gun and you can see.
You seen it?
Yeah, but I'm like, damn, this shit's getting in like 10 more years, this shit's gonna be crazy.
I be telling you about VR. It's just tight. Shit's advanced.
It's just tight the videos you can make with it.
Yeah, but that's how you handle that shit though. When you do shit like that, you can't tell nobody. So that's why when I think about shit like that, that's what we were talking about. It's like that shit is unforgivable. You think that's a immediate breakup?
That's worse than that.
You think so?
Yeah, you have to press charges.
Oh shit.
Yeah, there's no way.
Right, because it's like you can't do that.
Yeah, there's no way. Like you would have to beat her.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you'd have to.
Like, well, she's like, well, my last boyfriend was into that. How do you know? What did she tell you that? How do you know you don't like that?
No, there's nothing that goes in there.
I don't know.
There ain't shit that go in there. Not even shit go in there. Shit come out of there.
That's it.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. That's not. And then people are going to be like, oh, you guys are open-minded.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think most men feel like that.
I don't know anymore.
Right? Well, you would think so.
Oh, I would hold. See, I used to hold men to a higher standard, crazy high standard. I don't know shit about shit no more.
No. I think a lot of people would say that everybody's soft now. And I was seeing that, I don't know if it's new, but I was seeing that TikTok has bullying prevention shit on their shit. And they're taking steps, I guess, for people not to get bullied. Because I think they were talking about I think 60% of people get bullied, of kids online. That's a big amount, right? But I think as people who come from the time where we come from, where we grew up because we grew up in a weird space, we experienced no internet and we experienced having it, so we know not what it feels like to not have TV, not have iPads, none of that shit. And now we know what it feels like to have this shit. So we experienced both. But these new generation, they didn't. They were born with it. So I don't think at this point, it's enough of calling them soft. Even though that may be the reality, I think it's okay to take these type of prevention shit. Because if you look at the what do they call this? I can't even say that shit.
Statistics?
Yeah, the numbers of because you don't think it's serious until somebody goes and kills themselves. And if we can prevent kids from dying from something that we see as these older cats see as not that serious, but to them it's their world, we should probably do it. I think it's too much of this, they're soft, even though it's reality. But I'm realizing that just the life in general and the way shit's going, it's not gonna go backwards. It is what it is. Maybe this shit will get hard again and pause on that, huh? But maybe this shit will change in the next 40 years. But as of now, it doesn't seem like that's where it's going. So I think it's probably a good step to take that.
Well, it's because you're gonna get bullying. Bullying is not gonna go away.
No,
it will never go away. It's just human nature. They're gonna bully you. People are always gonna bully each other, especially kids in school. There's nothing you can do other than just raise your kid to be hard. Because if you raise your kid to be hard, especially millennials are our generation.
Yeah.
Okay, so all millennial parents, if they raise their kid as hard as they were raised when they were getting brought up, they would run over everybody. Because it seems like...
And nowadays, huh?
Yeah, nowadays kids, you run over everybody. And then those kids, because you remember being scared of your mom. Everyone remembers being scared of their parents.
People were questioning me when I said that. I think I would spank my kid. And I was like, because I want him to fear me. And people in the comments were saying, you want your kid to fear you? And I'm like, I don't really think they know what I mean. I want them to fear the consequences of the bad decisions. Not to fear me in general, just when I pull up, they're just scared of me. No, I think there's an understanding, because my dad did the same thing. I didn't fear my dad in general. I feared my dad when I did something bad, because I knew there was consequences to my actions. My dad's not gonna let this go. I did something bad, and just like you do something bad, punishment. That's all it is. It's not like going crazy on your kid or nothing like that. So I don't think they understood me. But that's why I'm thinking that maybe that's these newer kids growing up.
But it seems like now you can't do any form of discipline, or you're looked at as like a bad person. But it's I guarantee you, if you don't discipline your kid, and your kid goes up against another kid that's been disciplined, he's gonna run his ass over.
But I think they would just say if somebody is disciplined, even though that's less likely nowadays, though. So that's one point. They would say this shit is not really confrontation. It's not it's okay to just go to the teacher. It's okay to do all these things instead of fighting back. Then breeding your kid tough, because when you breed your kid tough, it's abuse in a way. If you got them waking up early, doing chores and shit like that, people see that as abuse. So they're so
just eat popcorn, eat hot Cheetos, and play your video games all day.
That's what they think, right? Because there's a video where I wouldn't do this shit. I wouldn't. But then I would understand when people say that we're hella old school, because times is changing. But it's okay, it's better. Like, remember that quote of like they said, Joe Rogan said, it's better to be a warrior in the garden than to just be a gardener
in
a war. And
Yeah.
it's like, that's understandable. And even like, you don't have to be a crazy or like, I think all you got to know is you have it in you. That's it. Like, because even if you don't know how to fight, if it's time to fight and you put your hands up, even though if you don't know how to fight, you're good. That's one thing. So if you put your hands up, but there was this video of a kid telling his dad that a kid hit him, and I think his wife told the father a kid hit him, and he was like, "What?" Like, he called him into the room, sat him down, and he's like, "This is what you're gonna do, right?" He's like, "This tomorrow, I'm gonna take you early, and you're gonna wait by the door and wait until he comes in school, and when he comes in, you're gonna sock him. The first, you're gonna hit him, and if you don't hit him, you're gonna deal with me." He's like, "You hear me?" Because if you don't stop this shit, he's like, he's gonna do that again and again and again. Stop letting people do that shit to you. He was telling him, like, tomorrow, that's what we doing, right? Whatever. You could tell the kid is like he's in fear, and I understand that, but people would say that's extreme. People would say that that's abuse. You're forcing your kid to do something.
You're creating a violent
super
person.
old school, yeah.
You're creating something like a violent, and then like who? Somebody said this shit to me too. There was a story about some shit like that, getting bullied, and he said that one day the dude just had enough. The dude came up to him and like punched him, and then the kid had a lunchbox, like a tin one, like a metal one, and he freaking smashed it.
That was I think that was Andrew Tate.
Oh yeah.
He said that.
Yeah, and he said he fucking, and then his dad was like, "Hey, I'll buy you as many of these bitches as you need."
Yeah,
I was like, "Damn."
I think people like don't understand that. I think it's like I don't know. It's hard to think because I'm not a parent, right? But I can imagine being one. Now I know that's not nothing compared to being an actual parent. But if I imagine being a parent and I have my kid come and say, "A kid hit me at school," and then I say, "What'd you do?" And he's like, "I just told a teacher." Or I hear my kids say, "Well, I hit him back." I try to think of what would I be more happy with. You know, because if you tell the teacher, okay, you don't want no problems, right? But if you hit him, you defended yourself. And I think you have to defend yourself in this world. And it's different when somebody's being verbal to you. Like my dad always said, if somebody says some shit, like learn to walk away. Because words don't hurt. Words don't mean shit. But the moment he touches you, that's different. If he touches you, you got to hit him back.
It's a whole. I think that it's
a different game.
Every time there's been only a few instances that someone has like put hands on me, and it will trigger me. That's the only time everyone always says, "Oh, you're too nice. Like you're hella nice. You're overly nice. This and the other," and I'm like, "Yeah, but it's I don't care. It's because I already know. No matter what anybody says, I don't give a fuck. But I tell them, put hands on me, and then you'll see. Then you'll see. If you really want to see, then you'll see." And the only few times that I've actually gotten triggered is when people have touched me, and then I think that's as soon as like it'll take forever for somebody to get me mad verbally.
I pass shit too. Like I let a lot of shit slide. Because even though I know sometimes it's not with bad intentions, one thing I never liked is somebody little boying me, and when I mean that, I say like somebody like 4 years old, if they rub my head or some shit like that, like some shit like pat on the back type shit, I never liked that shit because that means to me, I'm already like I know they would say like you're a young man, well especially at that time when that happened, they would say that I was like 18, 19, 20. I get that, but I think you're just proving that I'm still a man, you know, and first, like nobody can little boy me like that except my dad and my mom, you know, but when it's from a stranger, even though it doesn't come with bad intent, it's disrespectful to me. And I've always never understood why you're willing to touch somebody when you don't know them. Like, who does that? But I understand that people think that because it's not with bad intent, it's a pass, but it can't always be a pass because you don't know that person.
And I think they grew up differently.
And I would let shit slide when I would work in the fields and and the boss would come around and he would like tip my hat or flick my hat, let it slide a couple times. Because I always be like, I always try to like, I try not to be mean. And then sometimes I feel like, man, I'm letting too much slide. I'm letting too much go. And then there's moments like that time where we were at the casino and we had already walked in, and then we like walked out and walked back in. And the security guard girl, she was like IDs. And when I heard that, because I had seen people pass, and when she stopped us, for some reason at that time, I just thought like, this is racist shit. And maybe that was wrong of me. And it took a while to set in, because when I felt that, I said to you loud enough so she could hear me, I said, immigration checkpoint. I told you, and I said it like 3 times because I wanted her to hear, because I felt some type of way. And I didn't want, like I said, I didn't want to let too much slide no more. But then when I did that, I was like, man, I fucked up. I shouldn't be doing that. Like that's unlike me. And then I thought about it. I was like, now and I'm an asshole in that person. She never met me, but I'm a good dude. But in that experience, I wasn't a good dude. So I can't blame her if she has a bad look on me because of what I did that day, right? And then I was like, I gotta be more of like on some man shit. Like if I fucked up, I gotta go back and apologize. That's real man shit to me. Because I'm tired of like feeling some type of way and not doing shit, just letting it go. Like I could sock somebody in the face, and even though I'm completely in the wrong, I wouldn't apologize. I come from that mentality of like, we don't apologize for what's done. But I think it's man shit to apologize when you know, like, hey, when you told me, like, I don't think it was like bad intent from her. I just think because we're hella young, we look young, and everybody's old as shit in here, so it's her job. So when I think about it like that, I'm like, that's probably what it was, you know. And I took it the wrong way, and I shouldn't have reacted like that. And especially because I know better, and I feel like I don't want people having that outlook on me, even though I'll probably never see that girl in my life. I don't like the fact that the time she met me, it is not in a good light.
And first impressions mean everything.
I know. And especially because I'm a good person. I'm a good motherfucker.
And I always like...
I like what I think I am.
And then I always like... First impressions always, you know, they mean the most. And I always like making the most of it. So I tend to try to be like, especially to new people, like carry myself in such a good light. Because I'm trying to represent Mexicans. I'm trying to represent our family. Everything in the best light possible. So... And I see that girl. I seen her twice already. Going back.
What girl?
That girl.
Oh, that same girl?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen her again.
She was when we walked in. As soon as we walked in, she was right there. The little pedestal thing.
When?
On Sunday.
Oh shit. No, I didn't see her.
And when I went to the ATM.
Oh, you seen her again? Oh.
And then I was like, oh, how's it going? And then that was it. She said, oh, how you doing? And then that was it. Oh. But I can tell, you can tell by her face, she remembers.
Yeah? You think so? See, so that means definitely, she still remembers, so that means it hit. That means she's like fucking loser, like.
But she didn't look mad. She didn't look sad or mad.
No, but even if she's like, fuck, maybe I made them feel away. I don't like that either, because it's like, yeah, I don't like that. And especially it was a girl. Like, what the fuck am I doing? You know what I'm saying? It's just like, even though like a lot of people would be like, that's not shit, you know?
Or you're dwelling on it too much or whatever.
No, but I don't dwell on it at all no more, because what's done is done. But at the time, hours afterwards, I was thinking about it, because I'm like, fuck, that's hella unlike me. But now I can't do shit. What's done is done. It is what it is.
I think more so when it's a woman. I'm like way less likely to say anything. Unless it's like, unless it's crazy out of line.
I'll let shit slide. But it's because I've gotten slapped before, multiple times. No, not multiple times, probably like twice.
But nowadays though, if a lady says something, it's like, whatever.
Yeah. But like if a lady came and just smacked you
in the ass?
In the face.
Oh.
What do you mean the ass?
If she smacked me in the face for no reason?
Just say like you're fucking around with a couple people and call her a bitch or something like that. Even though you wouldn't do that. just say you did for some reason, as a joke, and then they told her, and she came just smack your ass.
I would have to pull the old.
But you didn't know.
I'd
You
have
didn't know what the fuck happened. You didn't know why. None of that shit. This happened 3 days later.
I would have to pull the hand out. Like
Pump that shit up.
I would have to like reach as far back as I possibly could.
Because to me, I don't think I would do it.
Just get a good stretch in and then leave away and then walk away.
I would just take it, and then be like, why'd you hit me?
I asked people at work, like, hey, if some girl came up to you, and I was like, if she looked like a dude, if she punched like a dude, if she like had a fighting stance like a dude, and she wanted to square up with you, he's like, I'll sock a bitch. I don't care. He said, if you wanna fight a dude, then you're gonna get hit like a dude. Right? I'm just like, I don't know. I think when it comes to being physical with any person, like a man, yeah, fuck it, who cares? But women, it just seems unfair. Cause you're gonna fuck them up. There's like what? What are the odds? I mean, unless she is crazy,
and it's like, and they still press, huh? Like they still try. You see, like there's a video I just seen recently too, where there's a girl beating the dude up, and they were in a car. And he's like, I'm tired of this shit. He's like, if you hear me again, I'm gonna sock your ass. He's like, you hear me? You hear me again? I'm gonna sock your ass. And then I don't know what happened because the clip ended. And then later on, like a day later, I seen another clip of it was the same thing, but later, and he had her by the hair, pulling her hair hella hard, twisting her neck. And I'm like, dang. Cause it's like, yo, I fuck with people. I mean, I think because I would never hit a girl, I can't allow a girl to hit me. You know, like full on, like, nah. Yeah, like, I mean, lightweight shit maybe, but like full fucking punch me in the face? Nah, hell no. At least give me a body shot. Like, what are you talking about? Huh? Like, we had this thing, remember, when we were younger? When we would fight, we would fist fight. But we never hit each other in the face. That was the rule. We would fucking ball our fists and hit each other in the thigh hard as shit. Remember that?
Yeah.
And then we would also, like, you would just be chilling. And then you would hit me with your leg, with the heel. Bam! That shit would hurt. Shit hurts. And it's like, we would never fucking hit each other in the face. But I did remember one time we were fighting, and I don't know if it was you or me, but one of us hit each other's head on the drywall and made a hole. Remember that? That's in 427. We were fighting, and I think it was you. You went bam, and you hit my head into the wall.
I think so. Yeah, in the upstairs, huh?
Yeah, upstairs.
Yeah, and your head did go through the drywall.
Yeah. I remember, like, that's probably one of the worst ones.
You were scary though.
I remember
your ass was hella scary. Like, it has to be like every family has to have somebody that you like. You push to a certain point.
Nah, I think it's because y'all will fuck with me too much. You and my brother-in-law will fuck with me too much.
Yeah, I remember.
And then I would want to fight. And then I'd hate it when motherfuckers would run knives. I would be so angry because y'all would like team up on me or hold me down and hit me or whatever. And then I'd be so fucking angry. And then when you guys let me go, you would go hide and shit. Or hide behind the door or something. And I couldn't get to you. And that shit was hella, like, to me, it like made you so much angrier.
Because I remember we were playing wrestling. We were wrestling WWE shit. And we had, like, Robert had grabbed you and did a pedigree.
Oh, shit.
He had done a pedigree and I lifted your legs up.
Oh, yeah.
And it was on the bed. And then so you landed on your face on the bed. and then we took off running and I went into the bathroom and I locked the door. Yeah. And Robert went
to my mom's room.
To my mom's room and hid in her closet underneath all the clothes. And nobody was home. I remember our parents weren't home. But I just remember you hitting the door hella hard. Bang, bang, bang. Hella hard. I was like, damn, shit would be, I was like, hella scary. Once you get them mad, it's hella scary. Yeah, you didn't know what the hell was going to happen.
I remember we fight a lot as kids. I remember I was trying to choke your ass out one time. You remember that? And I was going full force. Like, I had you like this in a headlock, and I was going as hard as I could. And then you were like fighting back, because I was choking your ass, and you were fighting back. And then you know how like you get serious, and then you use full power. You were using full power, and because you were using full power, I was scared. I'm like, this motherfucker's gonna get out, and when he gets out, I don't know what you're gonna do. So I was squeezing as hard as I can, but then you got out. I remember you got out. I don't remember what you did to me, but
I don't know. There was only so many instances where we actually fought, but I remember my mom stepping in sometimes.
I think that shit is normal though.
But I think brothers are always gonna fight. Family members are always gonna fight. I think it's just natural. It's just shit just can't get out of hand. When people start getting weapons and shit, like, oh, okay, chill out.
But the thing is, like, there's people, we outgrew that shit. Like, that's a no-no now. Like, I would never hit you, and I would never hit my brother-in-law.
Yeah, because
unless like you really did something crazy, where I had to hit you. But it's like most likely I would never hit you. I can't hit you. It's just the standards, the rules.
Yes.
But people don't learn that shit. There's people who still fight with their brothers and they're 20 something, and they actually fist fight. Dude.
That's because what are you gonna get out of that?
I think it's just like
I think nowadays, because we're at an age where we can, any issue of any kind, we can sit down and talk about it and come up with a solution. There's nothing that we can't come to an agreement. No matter what it is, we can come to an agreement. Easy. Just sit down, talk about it. We'll come up with an agreement because we're both open-minded. We're both willing to work with each other. And nowadays it's like, nah, especially when it comes to money. I feel like people feel a certain way about money and they allow money to come in between family. Like people say when it comes to business, don't include your family.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, hey, include your family.
But I think that's like because when it comes to money, it can get sensitive for anybody.
And I would,
because not everybody's doing the right thing. And it's like a lot of people, because it's like the pool of money, right? There's no pool of money. Everybody got their own portion of water. You know, but the whole like different, I think, is because the way we handle shit is like a pool, and we all just dump the water in there. And anybody who wants a sip can get it. Like, and it's not like a huge deal. So that's why my dad can leave like $6,000 at the house and nobody's gonna touch it. You can leave your whole wallet in my room, I won't touch it.
And but you don't even think about that.
My dad leaves his wallet in the bathroom every day. Nobody touches it.
And yeah, there's never even a slight
thought of it, because it's not necessary.
Yeah.
Because what's the point? What do you need money for? And if you need money, just tell him you need money, and he'll probably give it to you. Yeah. Most likely. But because like not a lot of families are like that, because they're not like that. I think when you come from like poverty, a lot of people get greedy instead of sharing. When you're poor, you should share. But when you're poor, people get greedy because they never had it. So it's like, nah, I got my plate. Fuck that. You got to earn yours.
And a lot of times everyone's like that. So they just adapt. They just adapt to that.
Yeah, because they either were raised in a household like that, or they're like, well, I'm not going to share shit because nobody shares shit with me.
Next door ain't going to share shit either.
And that's how the world works, because people don't do good deeds because it hasn't been done to them. And it shouldn't be like that. You should do good deeds even though it doesn't come to you, because it's morally right. But people are like, nah, that's how you lose. And
even for your family too, though. Why wouldn't you want to take a hit financially for a come up or some benefit for a relative? Like even just immediate. Like, okay, maybe you want to exclude cousins or whatever. All right, whatever. But immediate, if you're gonna lose $5, right? But it's gonna benefit your dad in some way, who cares?
It's crazy to pull up somewhere and tell your dad you pay for it. Oh, no. It's crazy to pull up somewhere, you buy something like food and tell your dad to pay for his own meal.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
To be like, hey, if you want something, you're going to have to chip in. Or you got to buy it yourself.
Or like, hey, if your dad's like, hey, can you take me to the store? Or can you take me, hey, you can put some gas in? That's crazy.
Yeah.
But if your dad's always shown you that behavior, I mean, it's only normal for you to replicate.
Maybe we're weird. And that,
I don't think that's weird, because that's morally correct.
That's morally correct.
Nice is the right way to live. There's
I know,
no right in greediness.
Yeah,
I don't think that's arguable.
Yeah, I know, but I think 100% that should be the normal way to live, right? But because the definition of weird is something that's uncommon, right?
Yeah.
So because it's uncommon, so now we're weird.
Oh, okay, that's fine. I would understand that.
But it makes no sense to be petty for your family. I mean, I guess it depends on how you grew up and
your relationship with that person.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's crazy because I always growing up, I always thought everybody had the same lifestyle we had, as far as or at least the relationship with their parents, their brothers, their siblings. It was all good, and then you find out nobody really gets along with nobody, and I'm like, what the hell?
And it's weird how shit like that happens, because growing up in Stockton, I remember when I would do bad shit, you would tell me, don't do that shit all the time. I had a face tat. If I was out here trying to drink, you'd tell me, what the fuck are you doing? You know, so there was always that. Me always being like, oh, who's going to tell me something? This, whatever. So because of that, it hold me down to an extent. Because and I've seen the other fools, they didn't have, their older brother was not telling them, hey, don't do that, because they were doing it too. They were damn near passing it to them. So it's I think of if I had that, I would have been a crazy motherfucker. I was a crazy motherfucker with that. So I'll be like, if I had a family, I got super lucky. That's why I'm like, there's no way this isn't God. You can't tell me it's not God. There's no way shit plays out so perfectly for me. It just seems and I never understood it, because it's I don't think God plays favorites. So it's why did I get out of that shit? So smooth, everything, it just doesn't seem right. There's plenty of shit I could have got in trouble for, yet I got away with it. And the shit I got in trouble for was the most dumbest shit ever, and didn't land me in jail. So it's there's no way. It's just too perfect. I've gotten super lucky. If it's even luck, it might be disrespectful to call it luck. But because you're always telling me no. And I remember people would make fun of me because of that. Because they were like, oh, Zeus don't let this motherfucker drink. Oh, shit like that. And shit like that. But it's I mean, that's what you're supposed to do, bro. I was 9. I was 10.
I don't know. I think ever since I remember going to family gatherings and shit going down, I've always had feelings of I shouldn't be doing this, or we shouldn't be a part of this. And then it got to a point where I'm little by little, it became a little bit better as far as okay, acceptable.
This is normal now?
Yeah, normal. I would lean more towards doing this shit, being a part of it, a little bit more. But I do remember it was I was never seen as the person to be in for it. And I'm okay, whatever. I remember I used to think oh, I need maybe I need to step it up.
What the heck?
And I'm nah, but that feeling never went away of the inner person telling you this, oh, you shouldn't be doing stuff like this. And maybe that's your parents that instilled that in you or in me, because you guys are doing it no matter what. I remember my mom going to get you because they couldn't find you, and then for whatever reason they would think that you were just a few houses down at Alex's place, and then when you weren't there, it was oh shit,
because they were sending you to go look for me.
Yeah, and this shit was freaking dark. It was dark. I was 11, 12 years old, and it's nowadays would you send a 12-year-old? That's mature right there, huh? What's mature? 10?
Yeah.
To be hey, go run down the street, 2 blocks down at nighttime, 11 o'clock at night. He'd be I'm not going.
Yeah.
He'd be and I didn't want to go, but it's your mom told you to go. So then what are you going to do? So then you just run your ass as fast as you fucking can in the dark, and then go, and then get there thinking, okay, I'm here. At least I go back with Mama now.
Yeah.
And no, he's not here. Oh, he haven't been here all day. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I remember being at my friend's house till it got dark and being scared to go home because it's dark now. I'm like, I remember I would tell him, I would tell Alex, let me borrow your. He had a big wheel. You know those? The two
bike?
wheels on the bike. You know, remember how we slide on this motherfucker? He had a big, let me borrow that shit so I can smash home because I was scared it was nighttime. But it's because sometimes we would get out of school. I would go to a friend's house and we'll play like video games or whatever he had. And then we would go just hang out, skateboard or whatever. And I would just chill all day with him. And then it would get dark and then my mom would come looking, where the heck is this motherfucker at?
You were never too far though, huh? It was always within a certain, because she would find you. There was times where she found you.
Yeah, there was multiple times.
And so you couldn't have been that far, huh? She had to just been doing one of these boys.
Well, I was just in the neighborhood. Like, I wasn't that far. I was walkable distance. So it's probably like, furthest I was away was probably like 20 minutes.
20-minute walk?
Probably like 25, 30 minutes maximum. That's all would happen. Like, sometimes I remember I would skip school. During school, I remember I would just tell one of my friends, because he had a PlayStation or something. I don't remember what he had. And then I was like, let's go. Let's just leave. And he's like, what do you mean? And I remember kind of like pushing him, like, let's just go. Come on. He didn't want to do it. And then we left like midday and went to his house and just to play the video games. And then whatever. Like, and I remember like people were asking me, like, are you cool with your parents? Cool? Like, you're not gonna say that thing? And then me being like, nah, should be fine. But I knew shit. Like, I had that instinct of like, this shit's wrong, you know, like, especially at first. But I think it became more of a prideful thing for me. Because to me, it was always like, this was a trial. Like, it was like, because I don't know what it was. I don't know what it is. But it just, to me, I didn't like somehow like that's admitting that somebody is more capable than me. So when somebody did some wild shit and they felt like they boasted about it, it was, to me, it was like, I could do that shit too. Like, what are you talking about? And it was always around the people we were around. It was always like a prideful thing. So it was like, yeah, almost like if it was a man thing. Like, if you didn't do it, you're not man enough. That's why, because like you said, they didn't view you in that way. But because you were the always one that was saying, oh, no, don't do this. Don't do this. And they would say, oh, he's scared. Remember? They would say he's scared and shit like that. And I was more willing, even though I probably felt what you felt, but I wasn't saying no. Because I was a curious motherfucker.
I still remember freaking people mistaking me for you, or you for me, and then coming and being like, "Hey, what? He did this," or "Hey, we're looking for him, and we're looking for you," or like, yeah, I just, especially freaking neighbor with the bike, the guy, the old man. I don't understand why how
I don't remember.
The guy you guys stole the bike from. You stole it?
No.
Boy, the freaking and his dad came and looking for it or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Like, I remember all that shit too. There's been plenty of times where I think people come to the house and they're like, oh, he did this or he did that.
Yeah, because like, remember how, going back to what I said, when I would do shit, I wouldn't come home and tell you. Because it was just normal. Maybe just another day, bro. So I wouldn't come home like, today this shit happened. No, I would just come home. So when shit happened, when it came to my house, nobody knew what the fuck was up. They're like, what's going on? They're like, I don't know what the fuck you talking about. Because I never said anything.
And I remember we used to run around the neighborhood and ring people's doorbells and then run away.
Yeah.
And then one dude chased us.
Yeah, he chased us all the way home. Then my dad was outside. And these guys are fucking ding dong dishing me up. Blah, blah, blah. My dad's like, they've been here the whole time. What are you talking? What do you know? I'm sure it was them. How it was them if they were with me the whole time, even though we weren't.
Yeah.
He's like, so what? And eventually the dude just left. Yeah, but there's some dumb shit we did. But that's what I'm saying. I wonder, like, what that would have been. That's why I say I got so lucky, because it's like, if I had a family that was like less strict on me, I wonder like where the shit would have gone.
Imagine if there was two of you, like me and you, but imagine you copy and paste your everything to me, and then we were out there doing the same shit we were doing or you were doing. Been hella worse.
It would have been on steroids, like.
Yeah, and imagine our parents being like, we bring only my mom, like we were being raised only by our mom. Some shit like that.
Then it gets even worse.
Yeah.
Then it gets even worse. But that's what I'm saying. Now that I think back on it, I can't imagine, when I look at these 10-year-olds, I can't imagine like them doing what I did.
Do you think there's still 10-year-olds doing shit like that
Yeah,
out there?
hell yeah. Hell yeah. It's not just me.
Kids?
Like, people say like, what you were doing, like sometimes you tell people and they don't believe you, and I'm like, that's fine. I don't know, whatever. But it's like, I'm not telling you like I'm the only motherfucker that did this. If you were in Stockton all that time, everybody was doing this shit. Everybody. Little kids with sleeping with girls behind the train. Little kids. You know, little kids out here doing that type of shit. Little kids smoking, drinking. You know, you wouldn't think that as a parent. You wouldn't think that, but we were doing all that. You know, they were doing all that. And I think that was like, there's more wild shit than that.
But if you think of that generation and today's generation, don't you think like, oh, maybe there's some things about back then that probably were not the best? Because like drinking, smoking, 9 years old, and nowadays, like when do you ever see a 9-year-old kid drinking and smoking? He's here.
Yeah, you see them smoking. I think they be vaping. Some kids, not a lot,
but it's uncommon to see.
Maybe around here.
Yeah, and yeah, Stockton's just a different freaking fucking world. Especially growing up in the early 2000s.
Especially now, because all the kids, like all the kids that were my age, who are grown now like me, who just never escaped that, they're on steroids compared to the generation before. Like shit does it, there's just shoot now. And nobody gives a fuck about nothing. That's why it's like, you see Stockton in the worst condition it's ever been. It wasn't like that. It was bad, but it wasn't like that.
People are always fighting though, huh?
Yeah, that's normal. Like now people don't fight though.
Yeah, people don't fight no more, but
because people grew up and got guns now. And people, I'm not sure if people don't want to fight, or is it just a case of like, well, we can't fight and I can't take that chance. This fool got a gun, I got a gun. So it's probably a mixture of both, because that's the same way I would roll too. If I know most motherfuckers got guns, I'm not gonna be like, let's fight. Nah, because now I'm vulnerable. Even if we do fight, there's been a lot of times where we fight, and then somebody else wants to jump in. So how do I know I don't beat your fucking homie's ass, and then you shoot me? But can't take risks no more. And it's the only way shit can be handled is if it's through a trustful party. Somebody I trust who you somehow trust too. And then we can just fight each other.
Yeah, but it would have to be a whole thing and people would have to get patted down and all kinds of shit.
And it seems way too serious for a fight.
Yeah.
But at that time, it's like, what are we fighting for? Huh?
Yeah, you might as well make it a pay-per-view.
Yeah, like it doesn't make any sense.
And get paid.
But it doesn't make sense to like start shooting either.
No, because that's prison. And it's like, well, how are you going to give up your life?
Over some dumb shit.
Over something dumb.
Especially a girl. A lot of times it'd be over a girl. Nah, you can keep her.
It's not worth it.
It's never worth it. That's the one thing. Like if I would say to any dude out there, don't die over a bitch. Nah. Don't do that. Let him have her, bro. Don't do it. Like that's the saddest way to go.
People be seeing red.
I get it, but it's like remember what I told you that I heard, that she's not yours, it's just your turn. And if you think about it like that,
your turn's over, homie.
yeah, it's your turn, bro. Like, it's whatever. Stop taking shit so serious. But people, there's people who don't care, who have kids with this girl. I don't care. She's not mine no more. You know, and I would see how you would be more emotionally involved. But it's like, she's not yours no more. Your turn is over, bro. And that's what's crazy nowadays, because this whole shit has changed in America. Like, marriage doesn't even seem like a real thing anymore.
Nah, I feel like marriage is now, it's no longer as serious as it used to be. It's because of people feel like they have options, and it's so easy to just to chat this one dude up or chat this other girl up, and so it's so easy now. And people, there's no your dignity, there's no pride in like having a family, like staying fucking true to your fucking husband or wife. It's all about freaking lust.
Yeah. And it's all about freaking I think, like you said, I think social media changed the game.
Fucked everything up.
Yeah, you can just,
but also now you have access to making money.
Yeah, there's amazing shit about the internet, but there's also negative shit about the internet.
Does it outweigh though?
I don't think the internet's a bad thing. I think people made it a bad thing. So it's like, the internet's amazing.
Yeah,
I can watch YouTube videos.
Yeah, but do you think that good outweighs the bad?
I would hope so. I would think so. Yeah.
I think the
majority of people use the internet for good.
Yeah, I think that the only reason why it outweighs it is for information wise.
Yeah, like it's so good.
It's like information is so accessible to everyone, and that's the only reason why it can overlap the bad of people ruining their lives and fucking their shit up and this and whatever. All right, whatever, that's your fault. But if you want to learn carpentry, you want to learn anything automotive, electrical, freaking techie,
you can learn shit. Huh?
Boom, and you got it. How do I do this? Boom, someone's teaching you. And I think solely because of that, it's worth all the negative, everything, killing, murder, everything, bullying, everything. It's worth all that shit.
Well, the internet has not. Well, the only thing it has done is like it's made people believe that people are living better lives than they really are. Like they call like Instagram like a highlight reel of your life. So when other people see that, they're like, oh, whatever. Or if it's because if a woman takes a picture and it's on Instagram, you know she took like 30 pictures and she picked the best one. That's why a lot of times when you see this person in real life, they don't look the same, you know? And it's almost like, or you see somebody without makeup. Sometimes you forget girls are wearing makeup. You just don't think about
until
it.
You see that.
And then you see, whoa, like that's another person, you know, and you realize like, damn, this is trickery. Yeah, this is not right. Like this is so much different. It's almost like you can, that's a cheat code.
I seen a video of a lady that looked like a crackhead.
Yeah, I think I seen that one.
She was missing teeth and everything. Missing teeth. Her face was all fucked up. Her hair was all fucked up. Like if you look at her, you'd be like, she's a crackhead. Like there's no way. She's a crackhead. And then she started doing this transformation with makeup and all that shit. And you're like, damn, she a baddie.
Shit.
But imagine going out to eat, right? Going out to dinner or whatever. You spend the night with this lady, and then you wake up the next day.
You wake up to a monster,
and you just start running for your life. You'd have to kill her.
Nah, I think the cheat code. You think like you got to tell her to go shower real quick, go wash that shit off.
Well, I think only if you're serious. If you're trying to like a relationship type shit, then yeah. But if
take the mask off, huh?
Yeah. But if it's like if you're just like in it for one night type shit, then nah. Well, I mean, I guess as long as he's not a dude, then I think you're fine. So long as she's not a dude, it's fine. Wear all the makeup you want. Who gives a fuck? But if you're trying to be like, if you want to know exactly who you're gonna marry, yeah, hey. Wipe that shit off real quick.
Yeah, but I think a lot of shit has downgraded. We probably are gonna downgrade as a people it's gonna continue. I don't think it's gonna stop. It's gonna come a point where sin. What's already happening? Sin is okay. It's just normal. It's okay. It's normal. Like what the fuck? What are you talking about? You know, there's still people that be like, I'm saving myself for marriage, and then they be like, what the fuck? You? And it's like,
you're a weirdo.
What the fuck are you? Like, what are you talking about? That's crazy. That's crazy. Put these hands up. That shit funny, but yeah, I just don't understand that, and especially when it's coming from a girl. Like, I understand when guys say that, but when girls
when girls say what?
When girls are like, "What the fuck?" to another girl.
Yeah, because they're slutty.
I've been with 30. Like,
what's like top bat?
Gerald, Jamie, Jacob, Mikey in the last week. Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, you got no shame. Like, even announce it publicly. You should be ashamed of that shit.
I know. Like, how are you proud of being ran through? I don't understand that. It's like they probably don't understand the value that the body count holds in a man's eyes. Like, how you expect to have a high tier man, but you be giving it out like that? It makes no sense. And then you complain about the world that I can't find a good man and like, why me? All men,
because they always look outwards.
Men are
people
shit.
People are like, look inwards. You're attracting that type of man. What are you doing? You're in the clubs. You're doing all this shit. You're dressing hella crazy.
Yeah.
You're doing all this, and that. And then you're blaming the result.
Yeah.
Like, you can't do that.
Yeah, I know. Like you're thinking you got some type of formula that it's not that. It's not the Krabby Patty formula.
How you expect to get fit when you're eating burgers and fries?
Yeah. And then complain about the you're getting big. Complain about it. Saying this shit don't work.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. That's the only thing that makes sense. It seems like a religious person. Because it has value, standards, and has an expectation, right?
It seems like it would seem the best chance. That's the best chance you have for a stable family. Like a long-term stable family.
Thank you for listening to the AB podcast. You can follow us in the links below. All our social medias are linked there. If you want to buy some merch, the merch that we're usually wearing in the podcast, you can buy it as well. The link will be below.